Hi everybody, it's Kathy here, and I am coming to you with a creative team layout for Go Create Craft. That's right, I'm working with my Go Create Craft design team today, and we are using the Autumnal Flowers collection. What about my new song? Do you like it? It's pretty groovy, isn't it? Alright, so these are the papers that I'm going to work with today. They are from their printable range. You can download them when you go over there with the purchase of the pack. I'm using this lime green here as my backing my frame for the layout because it picks up the lime green that's in the colours on these beautiful printables. Look how bright and vibrant they are. So what I'm doing, I'm starting with 6x6 squares, and I should have probably kept them as 6x6 squares as you see me work through this process, but it's all right. I'm happy with how it turns out and how I fix the error I make by trimming them down. It actually adds more to the layout than I thought it would, and it looks actually quite good. So they are vibrant. They've got lots of pinks and purples and yellows and mustards and lime greens, as I said, and I do love the range. They are just so pretty, and they work perfectly for the photos I've chosen to work with today. So as I said, I've cut down 4 6x6 squares, and I actually then go and trim off another just over a 1/4 inch from each one so that they fit into the frame. And I really didn't need to do that. I could have just overlapped and it would have worked just as well. But when I do it and I put it together, I add the navy blue into it, and it looks fantastic. It makes it really pop. Now the beauty of these printables are that you can just recreate them as many times as you need them. You can print them as large as you like, as small as you like. I print them this time in the A4 size. Sometimes I print them as the 12x12. They are just so versatile, and you can just build your stash with it. And that's the best thing about printables and the hybrids these days. With the economy being so tight, these are a perfect way of building your stash. So here you can see my joins are a little bit loose, so I'm contemplating what I'm going to do. So I do need a tag down the center of this layout, so I'm cutting it out of this beautiful paper. Look at this, isn't it just gorgeous how bright and colorful? Those flowers are just divine. Now Nat creates all these. She designs them all, and you can get them from Go Create Craft. I will put all the details down in my description box down below where you can go source them from her. They are just really, really versatile, very, very bright. As I said, look at that. Isn't that colour just beautiful, that navy? I am now going to use it. This is where I'm fixing my error in my cutting of my squares, and I actually like how it comes up. It's adding that extra bit of detail, that extra bit of finishing off to those joins, which is really important. I do not like to sit joins there by themselves. I always try to make them complete by either using border punches, or in this case I've just added strips, which you can see here. I'm not too worried about the neatness in the middle there because I know that that's going to be covered up by the rest of my layout. Now that I've got the navy cut down, I'm going to cut it in half because I need it on both sides of this tag, and you watch, it's a little bit short, but because of the design I can actually just build up around it with the pieces of paper. And this is once again the versatility of these design papers that you print yourself. You can manipulate them to suit your needs the best way you need, and with the patterns that Nat has created, they are just beautiful and they just fit together so nicely and smoothly. So already you can see how this is coming together so pretty with that blue as a highlight. Just underneath the fishtail banner there is a space where the blue should be, and it's showing through as a pattern, and I really just want the blue there to highlight that fishtail banner. So what I'm doing is I'm just adding in an extra 1.5 inches here so that it just blends in. Now to get rid of that white edge where the join is, I'm just using some black soot distress ink to finish off the edge, and I'm just making it down flat. I don't know why that's got a bubble in it all of a sudden, but it is flat. And then I put the tag over, and you can't even tell where the joins are. That's the magic of it. I just love it. So magic. Now, I do want this little floral strip at the top here so that you can see. I want to add that in behind my photo. And so I'm using all pieces of my printed out cardstock. I did do it on 110 GSM white cardstock, so it prints beautifully. And I have set it up to print presentation style, so that is that glossy, thick, rich colour. And I'm just cutting in 1/4 inch strips here, and you're going to see what I'm going to do to finish off this layout to make it really, really pop. So I've got that green on the outside, which is magic. I just love the lime green. It picks up the lime green in the papers. Then I'm just going to add in this navy strip, which I've trimmed from the papers, as you saw me just do. And I'm going to bevel the edge so that it corners in, and I get like a frame happening around the whole layout, and it just looks magic how it all pops and fits together. And it looks like I've double matted everything, where I have only used a 1/4 inch strip of the cardstock. Once again, that's just a little tip to use if you're wanting to mat or put a frame around the edge of your layout. If you use thin strips of the papers or cardstock that you're using, it creates just the same image as if you've matted it on a full 12 by 12 piece of paper. So I'm just putting in the last couple here, and as you can see, the joins are all beveled so they look like a picture frame, and they fit nice and flat against each other, and that's how that has made all the difference to that layout. Just by adding that extra border around it, it has really tightened it up and neatened it all the way around. Nice and easy, beautiful colours, bright, just what we need. Now I'm going to fussy cut out this ribbon band here from this pink and purple paper that is part of the range, because I like the peony here, and I'm going to use it as a feature on the layout in the band at the top, and you'll see how that works in a moment. I am just fussy cutting, and I am actually doing it on screen, which is pretty unusual. I don't fussy cut normally on screen. I am one of those people that have ambidextrous abilities, whereas I write with my right hand and I cut with my left hand, and I eat with my left hand, and I hit a softball with a left hand. I do lots of things with my left hand, but I am predominantly right-handed, so go figure. And so that's why when I do fussy cutting for it as a left-hander, I always look awkward to other people, and that's why I tend not to do it on screen so much. But there are different ways of holding the scissors for us left-handers than there are for the right-handers. I'm just fussy cutting out these hexagons, as you can see here, and they are all made from the different patterns in this range, and it's just magic. And I'm using them as a anchoring point on this layout, so that peony strip can fit in there beautifully above where my photos are going to sit. Now my photos are of 2 of my daughters with their partners. One's my son-in-law and one's my daughter's newest boyfriend, well, her first boyfriend really, and he is it's like he's been part of the family forever. He just fits in so well. Now here I make a big boo-boo. Can you see what I do? I actually put the tape down where I wanted the photo to sit, so that was really silly. So instead of taping the photo, I taped the cardstock, which is not ideal, let me tell you. Luckily, the photo will overcome that little bit of a faux pas, but do be careful when you are sticking down your photos that you don't make that silly mistake that I just did. I am going to matte the tall photo in the green just to pop it up and give the matching colours. Now these photos, as I said, were taken just recently when we went to Sydney for Vivid. Now in May to June, Sydney lights up at night for winter in Vivid. It is a light festival. It is magic. There are always unbelievable displays. My very personal connection to Vivid was back in 2015 when I was teaching a group of children, my class, and we were working with Vivid with technology in the classroom. We were using programming and coding, and my children in my class created artworks of Sydney's landscape, and they wired the light bulbs and colour schemes into the artwork so that they put on a light show. And then I had to go and showcase that down in the city at the Vivid conference with all of the SEOs from around the world who were putting Vivid together. So that was a big personal connection to Vivid. Now my children and I often go down to the city to see Vivid. We'd like to see the light displays. This year it was just these 4 and myself. You know, so as they've gotten older, less likely that they're going to come, or if they do come, it's like a military action where we've got to coordinate everybody to be there at this given time. So I took these photos in Darling Harbour where they had the massive lights this year, and as you can see, they marry beautifully with this colour palette in this paper range, and I knew as soon as I printed them out what I was going to be putting onto this layout. So all I've done now is put down those hexagons. With the extra hexagons that I cut out, I'm putting sets of 3 under and to the side of these photos as feature points, and you can see how this is all coming together nicely. Now off screen I do go and change the order of these hexagons once I see them down on the paper. You can see that they just blend too much into the design, so I just reverse them so they stand out, and you'll see that shortly when I come back onto screen. I need a couple more here. I'm just cutting them out here. As you can see, they are just beautiful. Look at them. The colours are so rich and vibrant. Very, very much me. I love bright colours. Don't forget to go check out the shop, and I'm sure you will be very, very pleased with the product when you start working with it. Now, well, as I said, off screen, when I went to cut the title, I reversed those hexagons there, and now they are not blending so much with the rest of it, but they actually stand out a little bit more. I have cut with my dies the title Vivid. I'm using the lime green, which I cut my frame from, and it just fits beautifully there on this layout, and I don't need to do anything else to it. I was contemplating stacking up some of the hexagons, but I don't need to. This page is vibrant and busy enough. The photos really pop because the colours marry beautifully. I love how it's all come together. A simple 2 photo design layout with a banner tag, fishtail banner tag. You too can do this nice and easy. All you need is the 6x6 squares. You need a panel cut down for a fishtail banner and the hexagons, and you're right. So please have a go. Please copy, and let me know how you do it. I really do like this design. It's clean and simple, and as you can see, I'm putting in some Nuvo drops, which are in the fluoro lime, and it's very well coordinated. Convenient that I had that colour. And I'm setting up the visual triangle by putting in those sets of 3 the strategic points around the layout. The only thing that I need to do now to finish it off is just to put a date on it. As I said, you'll probably see these photos in more of my videos again, because I do need to scrap them for different albums. My daughter and her husband, they have their own album that they're putting their memories together, and now I've got one for Lily and her boyfriend. They need to have theirs together as well. So I have added in my date with a date stamper, and there you go. There's the layout. Now, sometimes I just sit and watch it and look at my layout for a while to make sure that it's right, but I am now happy with what has turned out here. Look at that vivid, bright colour range there. Look at the detail in that cardstock. You need this paper. Seriously, add it to your collection. You won't be disappointed. Go check out all of the details in my description box down below. Go onto the website and you will be astonished at what you can achieve. Here they are, nice and close up. Hopefully I've done enough to earn a thumbs up from you. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on anything that I upload in the future. And I really am happy that my subscribers keep coming back. Happy scrapping, everybody. Here's my next video for you, and I'll see you there real soon.